Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Thursday, the 8th day of February. Laugh and Get Rich Day. Wow.
That sounds like a great way to spend an afternoon.
I can do the laugh part. How do I do the rest? It's also Molasses Bar Day today. It is National Boy Scouts Day. National Kite Flying Day. I just saw Heidi smile. I know what you're thinking of right now. I got a kite when I was, 30? It's not like I was a kid. And I was trying to get this kite to fly, and she was recording a video from the second story
That was the best
of our
video
house.
ever.
And she's in the house watching me in the backyard, making fun of me on the video. And then finally knocks on the window so she can reveal herself. And I look so sad and ashamed. It's also Propose Day, so a lot of people are going to pop the big question today. All of those things. And it's a Thursday, which means we have a Dear John letter. It's from Mortified Mama. Her kid, he's not quite dumpster diving, but he's doing some weird stuff. He's 4. And Mom is a bit concerned. We won't chat with her. We'll read the letter, and we'll chat with you all about it coming up in a bit.
Give yourself a little credit.
I've been telling you about BetterCreditCards.com for a few years now. I'd love for you to take a few minutes today to check out the website. Who knows? You might find a better credit card, one that offers a better rate, or a credit card that offers cash back, airline miles, or other points and perks that can help you. Check it out now.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Seems these days companies are not only pushing employees back into the office, they're getting rid of those who don't want to come back. New stats show that full-time remote workers were 35% more likely to be laid off than their in-office peers in 2023. Live Data Technologies found that 10% of remote employees were laid off last year compared to only 7% of in-office or hybrid colleagues.
That kind of makes sense. They don't see you. And
experts attribute this to a lack of personal connection with managers.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know you as well.
Yeah.
I don't see you every day.
It's not as difficult to say, hey,
They
I'm
tend
sorry,
to
I gotta
cut
let
remote
you go.
workers first when payrolls are trimmed because they don't have that
Yep.
connection. Results also show that remote workers are more likely to quit for probably the same reason. Here's the thing that makes no sense to me. I know companies who, when they look at how much it costs to have an employee sitting in an office somewhere and how much it costs to have a remote employee, the remote employee is always more affordable because you don't have to pay for office, all the stuff. Like, why are they trying to fix
Unless
a
you're
problem
still
like that?
paying for the office.
I know. But
no
if you could
matter what.
downsize, I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't know. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Insurance. It's important to have insurance, but it's more important to have the right insurance. After all, if you're not covered, it's like not even having insurance. Make sure you're covered for whatever claim might come your way with InsuranceChicken.com, helping you peck out great insurance deals in your area. You need insurance on your car anyway. Why not get great rates for great insurance from InsuranceChicken.com? That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know? You might think that it's just for kids, but TikTok, it's not just for watching cat videos and doing silly dances. They're actually using it to learn about the world from opinions. Gen Z says TikTok is like their Google. According to a report from Search Engine Journal, 64% of those 27 and under are using TikTok as a search tool instead of Googling something or using a book.
Yeah, I've seen
or
our
asking
daughter
a
do
question. They will search on there. TikTokers is what they're called. Use TikTok, what? TikTokers, users? I don't know if that makes sense. TikTok users, I don't know. They're seeking out influencers and video creators for answers on everything from medical advice to the conflict in the Middle East.
Yes,
They're like,
I've seen our daughter do this and then
really?
relay to me what she looked up, and it's not even close to accurate.
I don't know if I told you guys this, but now I am on TikTok. 3 videos I think I'm up to now. None of them are good, by the way.
And I've actually pulled up actual facts and showed her, no, this is how it's really going down.
Be careful what you're
Just don't
learning
listen to some random person.
Yeah. And if you want to listen to a random person, my TikTok tag, Big John Small. I don't know. Is it called a TikTok tag? Did I even
I
say
have
that right?
no idea.
Do I sound cool
I'm not
when I
on
mention
TikTok,
it?
and I have no desire to be.
I don't sound cool when I mention it? Okay. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Game of Thrones actress Sophia Turner has gone Instagram official with her new partner after her breakup with hubby Joe Jonas. She posted a series of photos from a skiing trip, and I usually don't even read these stories, so I'm not quite sure how this one made it in here. But anyway, everybody was on there all excited for her, and I'm happy for you too. Here's why I don't usually read these stories. I usually get these stories like 3 or 4 days after they came out, because by the time I get to it, they might already be broken up. Who knows? And if there's something strange in your neighborhood, who you going to call? Well, Bill Murray. Bill Murray, yeah. He's suiting back up as Peter Venkman. It's in the first trailer for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. The film is out March 22nd. Returning for the sequel with him. Going to be some others as well. They're going to see
I would assume Dan Aykroyd.
Well,
and-
if you don't have to assume if you let me read the story.
Okay, well, you're struggling, so.
Yeah. It sees the Big Apple covered in ice after an ancient artifact unleashes an evil force. Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Annie
Nice.
Potts, Slimer, the mean green ghost. According to the sequel's logline, Ghostbusters new and old must join forces to protect their home and save the world from a
Nice.
second ice age.
I will watch this.
I will too. I'm a big fan of that whole series. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
What could you do with an extra $129 a month? In this economy, every penny counts. So an extra $129 each month would absolutely help. Well, 97% of us have a cell phone, and the average person pays $144 a month. Mint Mobile can help you save a mint. At just $15 a month, that's an average savings of $129 each month. It's time for a Mintervention. Switch and save today. Get this special offer at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. This could have been big screen, little screen, but Adam Sandler's next film will be about outer space. Did we talk about that?
I don't know if we talked about, but I saw it.
And we just read that Oreos has like an outer space.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
think that's a tie-in? They're connected?
I don't know if that's connected
I
to
don't know if you
Adam
know
Sandler's movie or not.
that SpaceX, they're going to outer space, like Elon Musk, and then what's that other guy's name? The Amazon guy. He's going to outer space, and then
Bezos?
Jeff Bezos, and then the guy from Virgin Records. What's his name? He's
yeah,
going
everybody
to outer
wants to go
space.
to. I have no desire.
I've got my feet planted firmly on the ground.
Yeah.
I'll wave at you guys when you're launching.
I mean,
but
I've been seeing what's happening with just airplanes. I don't have any interest in going even higher on
Yeah.
something untested. No
Richard
thanks.
Branson, that's his name. I
Yeah.
couldn't think of his name. All right, let's move on to this story. A 100-year-old British World War II vet has walked hundreds of miles around his garden to raise money for charity. What a cool story. He does this every day, rain or shine, strolling behind his walker. Lance Corporal Harold Jones circles his back garden 30 times every day and has been doing this since 2020. He was inspired by the media frenzy surrounding the late Captain Tom, who did the same thing during the worst pandemic and raised big money for hospitals. Corporal Jones has so far taken his walker over 661 miles. Wow. He's 100. Did I tell you that? A total of 4,155 50 laps around his garden, about the same distance as it would be to go from his home in Birmingham to the border of Germany. By the way,
Wow.
Corporal Jones says his ankles, knees, and hips are in perfect shape, but he does get a little back pain from time to time, possibly because at one point he broke his back in 3 different places.
Yikes.
So that dude right there is a pretty cool dude. 100-year-old British World War II vet. Very, very cool. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-310-5831. 800-310-5831. That's 800-310-5831.
And it's time right now for
Dear John Letters.
Dear John.
All right, I got a Dear John letter here that I think a lot of parents out there are going to listen to this and chuckle a little bit because I think we've all
I
probably
think we
been
can all probably
through
relate.
something like this. So here we go. Dear John, What do I do with my son? My sweet little 4-year-old has turned into a dumpster diving scavenger, and he just won't stop. Well, not dumpsters exactly, but it's bad. He scrapes gum from under tables in restaurants and chews it.
Ew.
He looks for half-empty bottles of juice in the street and drinks it. He goes through trash cans looking for anything he can eat. It's not like he's hungry. He eats well. It's just that he's disgusting. Why is he attracted to this garbage? My husband says not to worry. It's just a phase. He'll pass through this phase. But isn't there something I should be doing about this? Signed, Mortified Mama. So.
Okay, yeah, I cannot relate to this. My kids didn't do anything like this.
Let me answer this for you. I don't know if you know this, but at one point I was a little boy. And sometimes little boys are just disgusting. That's all. That's all that's going on.
There is no way you were picking off gum from the bottoms of tables.
I'm not saying it was me. I have a little brother. I don't know if you remember this, but my brother Joe is a year younger than me. I don't know how many kids this lady has. It doesn't say if she's got a bunch of kids, but sometimes, I'm not going to say that we ever did this because my mother might be listening, but sometimes the older siblings talked him into doing this kind of stuff. Hey, I dare you to eat that. We were naughty kids. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
And I remember, do you remember Gaines burgers? Remember those? Is that even still a thing?
I do. The dog food.
It was like a dog.
Yeah, it looked like a little hamburger.
A hamburger that looked like a hamburger, but it was made of dog food.
Yeah, that's what our dog Nuggy ate.
I once convinced my brother to take a bite of one of those.
You are so mean.
I was young and silly. I didn't know. You want to hear the best part? Then at church, like a week later, they were going through, you know how they would always have like these little stories? And there was a little story about little Johnny feeding little Joey.
Oh, funny.
Dog food hamburger. And I'm like, how did he know that? And I think he was just using that as an example, but he kept looking at me and pointing. So no, he didn't. He didn't really do that. But the story is true. I really did that. And they really talked about it at church.
Oh, funny.
And I got a feeling multiple people were looking my way when this story was
But
being
anyway,
shared.
back to our letter.
Oh, yeah, there was a letter involved here. Why is he attracted to this garbage? He's a curious young boy. Here's how I think I would handle this. I would have a discussion with him about these are yucky germs, and you can get really sick. You don't know what's there. And show him this is how you wash your hands to get rid of these germs. We got to make sure we don't have these germs get inside of our body. We certainly don't do that. We don't want that by drinking stuff that's in a can, by eating stuff that's stuck on the bottom of a table, by, eating stuff that's been thrown away. There's a reason it was thrown away. But if you have a discussion, again, he's 4. So maybe you even find a fun way to connect this to something that he can relate to. If he's got a favorite cartoon or if he's got a favorite game or whatever, but somehow show him how they would never do that. I remember that movie Big Daddy. It was Scuba Steve, because he couldn't get the kid to take a bath. Scuba Steve had to take a bath.
Right.
And then the kid wanted to take a bath. So, and I think, even though it's a silly Adam Sandler movie, there was some sound advice there, getting somebody that he finds as a hero and somehow tying that into the solution. And should you be concerned? I don't think that there's anything unnatural about this other than the fact that it seems disgusting to us. He's 4. To him, it's like, oh, hey, cool, free gum. So.
Oh, man.
And yeah, why is he attracted to garbage? Because he's a kid. That's all. My husband says not to worry about it. He's going to pass through the phase. But isn't there something I should do about it? I think the answer would be to have that discussion. What would you do if our kids had done this?
I don't know what I would do. I would be the same as her. I'd be so mortified.
Did you ever have a kid eat food out of a dog bowl? Didn't that happen once?
No, not eat the dog food.
We did that.
No.
They went over and grabbed some dog food. Maybe they did when you weren't home. Never mind. Let's pretend like that didn't happen. The discussion that I had, if that ever happened, would have been like this. No, just talk about you want to eat things that are good for you and you could get really sick and let them know that you care about them. And I would make sure that, you let them know that it's a safety thing. It's not just that you're a fun hater and you don't want them to have that free gum. I'll buy you gum anytime you want gum, kiddo. All right. If you've got a better answer, and I bet there's probably a lot of people who do because I'm a moron, you can chime in with advice at facebook.com/Jon and Heidi Show.
Give yourself a little credit.
I've been telling you about bettercreditcards.com for a few years now. I'd love for you to take a few minutes today to check out the website. Who knows? You might find a better credit card, one that offers a better rate, or a credit card that offers cash back, airline miles, or other points and perks that can help you. Check it out now.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
27,000 trees are chopped down every day to supply the world with...
Toilet paper?
Yes, toilet paper.
Yeah.
27,000 trees a day.
There's got to be a way to make that out of bamboo, which is self-replenishing.
Probably. All right. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
White-faced capuchin monkeys greet each other by sticking their fingers in each other's noses.
Isn't that nice?
We should start doing that. People show up at the
No.
studio. Hey, thanks for joining us. You poke your finger in their nose. Come on in. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The human brain has enough memory to hold 3 million hours of television. I'm getting pretty close to maxed out.
I'm pretty sure I'm maxed out.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In a feeding frenzy, sharks sometimes eat parts of their own body.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I suppose they're too worked up and...
Yeah. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The word February comes from a Latin word meaning to cleanse. Very nice. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Insurance. It's important to have insurance, but it's more important to have the right insurance. After all, if you're not covered, it's like not even having insurance. Make sure you're covered for whatever claim might come your way with InsuranceChicken.com, helping you peck out great insurance deals in your area. You need insurance on your car anyway. Why not get great rates for great insurance from InsuranceChicken.com? That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. If this is an average day, you'll do this more than 20 times. What is it?
More than 20 times?
More than 20 times you'll do this in an average day. What do you
Shoot, I don't know.
complain? She has that done by 9 a.m. Just kidding. She doesn't complain a whole lot. Other than when she asks me to do something and I haven't done it and she has to ask me over and over. That happens way too much. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
What could you do with an extra $129 a month? In this economy, every penny counts. So an extra $129 each month would absolutely help. Well, 97% of us have a cell phone, and the average person pays $144 a month. Mint Mobile can help you save a mint. At just $15 a month, that's an average savings of $129 each month. It's time for a Mintervention. Switch and save today. Get this special offer at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. If there's one thing you need to know about the Montrealers, it's this. Don't mess with their bagels. Somebody has done exactly that. Beloved maker Saint Ventura Bagels is offering them up with no hole these days. So it's a bagel without a hole.
Okay.
It's ignited a holy war in the city. And they're not sure what the fuss is about. After all, he said, it's the same thing, same handmade process, but we do it with no hole.
So are people angry?
Yes.
Or they're
the
excited about
Bagelution, it's like a revolution, is actually a promotion with with Philadelphia cream cheese. They've been conducting this in 5 North American cities. The idea is that a bagel with no hole provides more surface area to spread your favorite schmear. But the idea has proven to be so controversial that some people will not accept one, even when they're offering it as a free sample. Would you like a bagel?
Who's getting so worked up
People
about
who
bagels?
I came in to get a bagel, and they're like, "That's a bagel." They're like, "That's not a bagel. I want a bagel." I'm like, "No, this is a bagel. It just doesn't have a hole.
Wow.
Put a hole in it, and then I'll take it." So I don't know. It's weird. It would
You
be
all
kind
might
of
want to get a life.
It would be kind of weird to see a bagel with no hole. So I'm gonna have to try one, I guess. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Yesterday we did dramas. Today, the best TV comedies of all time, according to 10 expert websites. Go ahead and shout out. Who do you think should be on this list for the best comedy television
Ever?
shows of all time? Yeah, of all time.
WKRP.
All right. Well, that's not on the list.
Of course not.
Number 5, Arrested Development. We watched that. Funny thing is, that was canceled and then came back. And then Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I like that.
What?
2013 through 2020. one. Oh, Arrested Development 2003 is when it first came out, and it finally ended 2019. But again, it was canceled in the middle of that. Number 3, Ted Lasso 2020
that was brilliant.
is when that started. Number 2, Friends 1994 through 2004. And the number 1 best TV comedy of all time, don't throw things at me.
Yeah.
It's according to the list, is The Office. You like that?
I totally disagree with that list. Of
2005
all
to
time,
2013.
over I Love Lucy, over all these brilliant, brilliant shows.
I'm going to turn her microphone off now.
That is
Thanks
the
for
most
listening.
ridiculous list
It's
ever.
the list. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800 310 5831. 800 310 5831. That's 800 310 5831.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Our quote today is from Andrew A. Rooney. Andy Rooney. He said, "If dogs could talk, it would take a lot of fun out of owning one."
Yeah, for sure.
I honestly just saw a thing online that I thought was really cool. It was a person like petting a dog, and there was like a video, and it said, "God made your dogs and cats unable to speak because they want you to know that you can show love, and it has nothing to do with words."
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Never
And
really
they
thought
love
of
you
that.
unconditionally,
Yeah.
and it's so beautiful. I love my dog.
Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way, courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Here's the headline from Greenville, South Carolina. Heidi?
All right.
Sanitation crew dumps entire truck on the ground to find a woman's diamond ring. How cool
Oh,
is
wow.
this? Hats off to the heroes. Heroes. A remarkable display of dedication and teamwork. The City of Greenville Public Works proved that finding a needle in a haystack might be hard, but locating a diamond wedding band in a recycling bin,
It's probably
it's hard,
just
but it's
as difficult.
But it's not impossible. On a fateful Sunday, Melanie Harper accidentally lost her precious diamond wedding band while disposing of recyclables at the Rutherford Road Recycling Center. She reached out to the City of Greenville Public Works via email, acknowledging the slim chances of recovering her cherished ring, but expressing her gratitude in case it miraculously turned up during the recycling process. Responding to the call for help, Public Works supervisor and diligent crew members decided to go above and beyond their regular duties Monday morning. They said, let's just dump it all on the ground and look for it. They collectively agreed, and they were on a mission to find Melanie's long-lost ring.
How sweet.
After hours of meticulous searching, the perseverance of the team paid off. Travis Golden is the one who struck white gold, uncovered the missing wedding band. The excitement was palpable as they reached out to an elated Melanie, who wasted no time rushing to the Public Works facility to reunite with her precious ring. I love the photo. There's a photo of her holding her hand up with the ring on it, and a couple of folks wearing the vests. They were working, going out to do this. Heroes of the day that day, besides Travis Golden, include Jeff Hammond, James Burnside, Frank Dagnalt, and Manny Cruz. Big thank you to all of you guys for stepping up and helping this lady out. That is so cool. I love it. Love it, love it,
so
love it.
great.
Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.